The best revenge is watching the person who destroyed you realize, too late, that they picked the wrong target. My name is Jenna Caldwell. This is how I went from saving a company from collapse to being erased by the woman I trusted most. And then how I dismantled her career piece by piece until nothing was left. 2 years ago, I was 29, hungry, and naive enough to believe hard work mattered. I'd just been hired at Apex Digital Solutions, a mid-sized Seattle tech company building cloud-based project management software. I started as senior product manager, reporting to Vanessa Lee, VP of Product Development. Vanessa was 43, sharp, impeccably dressed. She'd clawed her way to the top in a male-dominated industry. Designer blazers. Statement jewelry. The kind of confidence that made you want to impress her. My first day, she took me to lunch. "Jenna, I see something in you. You remind me of myself at your age. Stick with me, and in 5 years, you'll have my job." I believed her. For 6 months, I worked like my life depended on it. 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Weekends at my desk. Living on vending machine coffee. And I delivered. October, I streamlined our development pipeline, cutting release cycles from 12 weeks to 7. November, I caught a critical security vulnerability 3 days before launch, a bug that could have exposed client data and cost millions in lawsuits. I pulled 2 all-nighters testing patches. December, I landed Titan Logistics, a $12 million contract, the biggest in company history. The CEO, Gregory Hartman, toasted me in front of the executive team. "Jenna, you just saved this company." Vanessa smiled. Clinked her glass against mine. Sent me an email with a champagne emoji, "This is just the beginning." But I saw something flicker across her face during that toast. Something cold. Fear. In January, at our annual strategy retreat, Gregory pulled me aside. "Vanessa's thinking about stepping into an advisory role. We want you to take over as VP of Product Development. Probably March or April. VP at 30. 6 figures. Stock options. Everything I'd worked for." "Vanessa's already on board," he said. "She recommended you." That was the first lie. Over the next 2 months, I worked harder than ever. I took on every project Vanessa handed me, and she handed me everything. Product roadmaps. Client escalations. Executive presentations. In February, when Vanessa took 2 weeks in Bali, I covered her entire workload. Patterson Financial threatened to cancel their contract. I flew to Chicago, spent 3 days in meetings, and not only saved the account but expanded it. Vanessa's response from the beach, "Sounds good. Handle it." When she returned, tanned and relaxed, she thanked me in a team meeting. Jenna really stepped up while I was gone. Not saved the account. Not went above and beyond. Just stepped up. In early March, Vanessa stopped looping me into executive meetings. When I asked, she'd smile, "Don't worry, you'll be involved soon." Then my coworker Brady accidentally forwarded me an email. Subject line, "Vanessa Lee's client portal proposal." It was my deck. My wireframes. My research. Word for word. Just her name in the header. She'd sent it to Gregory and the board, taking full credit. That night, I confronted her. I saw the client portal deck. That was my work. She didn't blink. "We're a team. Everything is collaborative. You didn't mention my name once. Leadership means representing your team's work at the executive level. I'm advocating for you. When you're VP, you'll understand." I left her office feeling crazy. Like maybe I was overreacting. But I knew. She was stealing from me. March 15th. Gregory called an all-hands meeting. Important organizational announcement. I wore my navy Armani suit, the one I'd saved 3 months to buy for my promotion announcement. Gregory took the stage. "Please join me in congratulating our newly promoted VP of Product Development, Vanessa Lee." The room exploded in applause. I felt the blood drain from my face. Vanessa stood, waving like she'd won an Oscar, walked to the stage in her cream Chanel suit. "Thank you all. This promotion is an honor. I'm grateful to Gregory and the board for believing in my vision. She talked about our biggest wins, the streamlined pipeline, the security save, the Titan deal, as we and our team. Never once said my name. I walked to the parking garage and sat in my car for 2 hours, unable to move. My phone buzzed. My mom, isn't today the big announcement? I'm so proud of you. Red heart. I turned off my phone and cried until the security guard knocked on my window. The next morning, Vanessa called me into her new corner office, the one that should have been mine. I know yesterday was disappointing. But I fought hard for you behind the scenes. The board just felt my experience made me the better fit right now. However, I'm promoting you to Director of Product Strategy. Think of it as your stepping stone. Prove yourself for a year or two, and maybe you'll get your VP shot. Director. A lateral move. Same salary. A consolation prize. That's my girl, she said, patting my hand like a golden retriever. I went to the bathroom, locked myself in a stall, and sobbed. And then I stopped crying. Because something inside me had shifted. I wasn't sad anymore. I was furious. The next 2 months were hell. Vanessa forgot to invite me to meetings, then asked me to brief her on decisions I wasn't part of. She assigned urgent projects at 5 p.m. Friday, due Monday morning. She interrupted me in meetings to build on my idea, rephrasing what I just said and taking credit. In April, during a client presentation I'd spent 3 weeks preparing, Vanessa arrived late, took over, and presented my slides as her own. My team helped pull the data, but the strategic framework is something I've been developing for months. That night, I threw up in my kitchen sink. In May, we celebrated hitting Q1 revenue targets I'd exceeded by 40%. Vanessa gave a speech. I'm proud of what we've accomplished. This success is the result of strong leadership and clear strategic vision. I stood in the back, holding cheap champagne, feeling invisible. My coworker Sarah approached me. Are you okay? You've lost weight. You look exhausted. I hadn't noticed. But she was right. 15 pounds gone. Dark circles concealer couldn't hide. I was disappearing. One night in late May, working on a report Vanessa needed first thing tomorrow, I sat at my desk at 11 p.m. in an empty office. I realized I couldn't remember the last time I'd called my mom. Or seen friends. Or done anything but work. I'd given up my entire life for this job. And it had given me nothing back. I put my head down on my desk and cried while the vacuum cleaner hummed nearby. That was the night I decided. I wasn't quitting. I was going to burn Vanessa's world to the ground. I started by observing. Watching how Vanessa operated. Where she was vulnerable. The realization, Vanessa's entire success as VP was built on my work, and she had no idea how any of it functioned. She didn't know our development pipeline. Couldn't explain our software architecture. Couldn't present our roadmap without reading my decks. She was a polished facade with nothing behind it. And I was the foundation. So I started collecting receipts. 2 years of emails where Vanessa took credit for my work. Screenshots of Slack messages where she trash-talked me to executives, calling me overeager, not ready for leadership, too junior. Budget reports where she'd reassign my team's wins to her department to inflate metrics. Then I found the smoking gun. An email from January, 2 months before the promotion announcement. Subject, VP Succession Planning. Gregory, I've been thinking about our conversation regarding transitioning to an advisory role. I need to be honest, I'm not ready to step back. Moving too quickly to promote Jenna would be a mistake. She's talented, but lacks strategic maturity for executive leadership. I'm concerned about culture fit, she's great at execution but struggles with big-picture thinking. I'd like to discuss staying on as VP and developing Jenna in a supporting role instead. She'd lied to Gregory. She'd lied to me. There was never going to be a promotion. I was going to destroy her. For the next month, I became the model employee. Smiled in meetings. Praised Vanessa's leadership. Delivered flawless work ahead of deadlines. Behind the scenes, I laid traps. I had admin credentials to our entire tech stack. I managed third-party software licenses. I maintained client databases. I was the only person who knew how half our systems worked. Vanessa had the title. I had the keys. And I started locking doors. Small things first. Things that seemed like innocent mistakes. I'd forget to loop Vanessa into client emails, she'd walk into meetings unprepared and fumble. I'd deliver reports with minor data discrepancies. When she presented them to the board, someone would catch the error. I'd miss a deadline by a day, forcing her to apologize to clients. Every time, I'd swoop in to fix it. "I'm so sorry, Vanessa. Let me handle it." Making her look like she couldn't manage her team. By mid-July, the cracks showed. Vanessa stumbled over questions in executive meetings. Clients complained about miscommunication. Gregory started asking, "What's going on with Vanessa?" "I think she's adjusting to the new role," I'd say. "It's a lot of responsibility." I was painting a picture. Slowly. Carefully. A VP in over her head. Early August, I discovered something beautiful. Apex's entire infrastructure, client portal, internal systems, communication tools, analytics dashboards ran on third-party software licenses that I had set up. I had sole admin access to almost all of them. The licenses auto-renewed annually, unless manually cancelled. This was how I'd break her. Phase 1, the authentication collapse. Friday, August 11th, 11:47 p.m. I logged into our authentication software admin panel from my personal laptop using a VPN. Cancelled the license renewal. It expired at midnight. Monday morning, 200 employees couldn't log in. I arrived deliberately late at 8:30 a.m. The office was chaos. People standing in clusters, staring at computers. Help desk phones ringing non-stop. IT running around panicked. What's going on? No one can log in. The authentication system is down. I frowned, pulled up my email, scrolled like I was searching. Oh my God. I think the license expired. The renewal notification must have gone to an old email. This is my fault. Within an hour, Vanessa was in Gregory's office getting screamed at. "How does a critical system just go down, Vanessa?" "I don't know." "Jenna handles vendor relationships. You're the VP. This is your responsibility." 3 days and $50,000 in emergency fees to restore access. Vanessa took the blame for all of it. 2 weeks later, I canceled the license for our client-facing portal. It crashed Wednesday afternoon during a quarterly business review with Titan Logistics, our $12 million client. Their CTO was on Zoom with Vanessa when it happened. "Vanessa, this is the second major outage in a month. We're questioning your platform's stability. I assure you, this is isolated." "That's what you said last time." Titan threatened to pull their contract. Once again, I was the hero who saved the day, after enough damage was done. Phase 3, the internal meltdown. Early September, I went for the jugular. I canceled our internal communication system license. Monday morning. The busiest day. No one could communicate. Projects stalled. The entire company ground to halt. IT started asking questions. "Jenna, this is the third license expiration in 6 weeks. What's going on?" "I don't know. I have alerts set up, but they're not triggering. Must be a bug in the vendor's notification system." A bold-faced lie. But Marcus had no reason not to believe me. September 15th, Vanessa called me into her office. Her face was hard. Professional. But rage simmered underneath. "Close the door." I did. "Sit down." I sat. She studied me. "Do you think I'm stupid?" My heart pounded. What? 3 license expirations in 6 weeks. All systems you manage. All causing maximum damage. That's not incompetence. That's sabotage. I forced myself to look hurt. Shocked. I can't believe you're accusing me of this. I've been working around the clock. Have you? Or have you been causing them? I let my eyes fill with tears. I have given this company everything. My health, my relationships, my entire life. And you think I'd sabotage us? Why would I do that? Because you're angry about the promotion. I was disappointed. But I accepted it. I've been supportive. Then explain the licenses. I don't have an explanation. Maybe I made mistakes because I'm exhausted from covering for you while you take credit for everything I do. You know what? I quit. I'm done. You want to blame me for your failures? Fine. But I'm not staying to be your scapegoat. I walked toward the door. Jenna, wait. I didn't stop. Went to my desk, grabbed my bag, and left. My hands shook so hard I could barely hold my keys. I sat in my car and waited. 5 minutes later, my phone buzzed. Gregory, can you come to my office? Vanessa told me what happened. Let's talk. I took a breath and walked back inside. Gregory and Vanessa were waiting. Jenna, sit down. Vanessa told me you had a disagreement. I kept my face neutral, eyes red-rimmed. I don't think there's tension. I think Vanessa is overwhelmed and looking for someone to blame. And I understand, being VP is hard. But I can't be her punching bag. I'm not looking for a punching bag, Vanessa started. Then why did you accuse me of sabotage? 3 vendor licenses expired because of notification errors. I've contacted vendors to switch to manual reminders. I've implemented new tracking. I've worked overtime every day to fix these problems. And instead of thanking me, you accused me of intentionally destroying the company. Gregory's face hardened. He looked at Vanessa. Is that true? Vanessa hesitated. I didn't accuse her exactly. I just asked if there was a pattern. Because there is a pattern. I'm the only person holding this department together while Vanessa takes credit for my work and blames me when things go wrong. Ask her to explain our product development pipeline. Ask her to name our top 5 vendor contracts. Ask her how our authentication system works. Silence. Vanessa's face went pale. I don't need to know every technical detail. You don't need to know any technical details. Because I know them. I do the work. I always have. Gregory rubbed his temples. Everyone take a breath. Jenna, I don't want you to quit. Vanessa, we need a separate conversation about workload distribution. Jenna, take the rest of the day. We'll regroup tomorrow. I just turned the tables. Gregory was questioning Vanessa, not me. That night, I knew I couldn't keep playing games. Vanessa was suspicious. I needed to end this fast. I compiled everything into a 47-page document with timestamps, screenshots, side-by-side comparisons. Every email. Every Slack message. Every budget report. Every client presentation showing Vanessa had stolen credit for my work, manipulated metrics, and lied to leadership. Plus the January email where she sabotaged my promotion. I titled it, Concerns Regarding Leadership Integrity and Misrepresentation of Departmental Performance. Professional. Clinical. Devastating. September 20th. I scheduled a meeting with Gregory and the VP of HR, Patricia Morales. I need to discuss serious concerns regarding departmental integrity. I have documentation the executive team needs to see. Patricia responded within an hour. Let's meet tomorrow at 2 p.m. I walked in with a printed report and a USB drive containing all digital evidence. I didn't want to bring this forward. But after being accused of sabotage, I can't stay silent. Vanessa Lee has been systematically misrepresenting her performance, taking credit for work she didn't do, and creating a hostile environment. I have 2 years of documentation. I watched Gregory's face change as he read emails where she forwarded my work to the board with her name on it. Budget reports where she reassigned my wins to inflate her metrics. Slack messages undermining me to executives. And an email from January where she explicitly told you she wanted the VP role and that I was a threat to team cohesion. She sabotaged my promotion. Then manipulated me into working myself to death while taking credit. I stayed quiet because I wanted to believe it was a misunderstanding. But after yesterday, I realized this is a pattern. And if this became public, in a lawsuit or press leak, it would destroy the company's reputation. I wasn't threatening. I was giving him an out. Patricia leaned forward. This is very serious. We'll need a formal investigation. I understand. I'm happy to cooperate fully. The investigation took 2 weeks. Vanessa was suspended with pay. The board interviewed her team, reviewed evidence, corroborated everything. October 5th, Vanessa Lee was terminated for cause. No severance. No references. Security escort out of the building. Sarah texted me a photo of Vanessa's empty office, nameplate already removed. It's over. It wasn't over. It was just beginning. October 6th, Gregory called me in. Jenna, I owe you a massive apology. We should have promoted you in the first place. We failed you. I failed you. Effective immediately, your VP of Product Development. Full compensation, stock options, corner office. And I'm personally recommending you for a board seat within 2 years. I'll stay. On one condition. Anything. Full autonomy over my department. No interference. If I'm VP, I need to actually lead. Done. We shook hands. Just like that, I had everything Vanessa had stolen. That was 6 months ago. Today, I'm 31 and run the entire product division at Apex Digital Solutions. I rebuilt the team. Restructured workflows. Landed 3 major clients my first quarter, including a $20 million healthcare deal. Revenue is up 60% year over year. Featured in Forbes 30 Under 30. Spoke at a San Francisco tech conference to a 2,000-person standing ovation. I have the corner office. The stock options. The respect. Everything I earned. Everything I deserved. And Vanessa? She's a freelance consultant in Austin, Texas. Sparse LinkedIn. No endorsements. No recommendations. She applied to 3 companies in our industry. All 3 rejected her after reference checks. Word travels fast in tech. Everyone knows what she did. 2 months ago, I was invited to Keynote, a tech leadership conference in Austin. I almost said no. Then thought, why not? The venue held 500 people. My topic, ethical leadership and team empowerment. As I walked on stage, I scanned the audience. There, in the back row, partially hidden behind a column, was Vanessa. Our eyes met. She looked older. Tired. The polish was gone. I didn't smile. Didn't acknowledge her. I delivered my speech about integrity. About lifting others up instead of tearing them down. About how true leadership isn't taking credit, it's creating environments where everyone succeeds. The audience stood and applauded for 3 minutes. When I walked off stage, I looked back. Vanessa was gone. A week later, a LinkedIn message appeared. From Vanessa. Hey Jenna, I saw your keynote in Austin. Congratulations on everything. You've really come into your own. I always knew you had potential. If you ever need a consultant or want to grab coffee, I'd love to reconnect. Best, Vanessa. I stared at that message for a full minute. Part of me wanted to reply. To tell her exactly what I thought. To make sure she knew I'd dismantled her career piece by piece. But then I realized. She already knew. So I deleted the message. And blocked her. Because some people don't deserve a response. Some people don't deserve closure. Some people just deserve to be forgotten. Here's what I learned. Revenge isn't about explosions. It's about patience. Collecting receipts. Knowing that people who underestimate you, who steal from you, erase you, think you'll disappear quietly, are always the easiest to destroy. Because they never see you coming. While they're celebrating their stolen victory, you're in the shadows, learning their weaknesses, mapping their dependencies, building your case. And when you strike, it's not loud. It's surgical. It's complete. It's permanent. Vanessa thought she'd won when she stole my promotion. She thought I'd cry, quit, or fade away. She never imagined I'd stay. That I'd smile. That I'd become indispensable. That I'd turn her success against her. That I'd become the ghost in her machine, pulling strings she didn't know existed. She never imagined I'd destroy her so quietly that by the time she realized what was happening, there was nothing left to save. Some victories look quiet. They come in the form of an empty office. A deleted LinkedIn message. A name people whisper as a cautionary tale. They come when you're standing on a stage while the person who tried to erase you sits in the back row, invisible, powerless, completely irrelevant. That's the revenge that matters. Not the kind that burns bridges. The kind that builds empires on their ashes. So if you've been betrayed, if someone has stolen from you, lied about you, tried to bury you, remember this. They only win if you disappear. They only win if you give up. But if you stay, if you collect your evidence, sharpen your skills, and play the long game, they'll never see you coming. And when you strike, it won't just be revenge. It'll be justice. My name is Jenna Caldwell. I saved a company from collapse. Someone stole my future. So I deleted theirs. And I'd do it again. If this resonated with you, if you've ever been overlooked, underestimated, or betrayed, hit subscribe. Because karma isn't just real. Sometimes, it's you.